Hey guys, what is up? It is Dominic, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Go High Level, of course, but more importantly, websites. Now, I have made videos in the past about websites, how to create websites, how to sell websites to clients, and even how to make websites functional. But I've never actually built a site for a client live on my channel. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. I've already built part of the site, but I still have a lot more to do. And I thought it'd be a good idea for a video and good for everyone out there to watch, so you can see exactly how I build a website that's specific to a client and then get paid to do it. So that's what this video is going to be about. But before I get into the video, for anyone who's new to the channel and you have no idea who I am, my name is Dominic Baptist, and I am one of the top affiliates in the world of all time for Go High Level. If you're wondering how I became one of the top affiliates of all time, then let me show you. The number one reason I became a top affiliate is because I offer tons of courses, and these courses are free. You can actually get this course right now, whether you're my affiliate or not, and I'm updating the agency startup course right now as we speak. So all of these videos right here are going to be completely updated for 2025, and this is going to be a very, very good course. And yes, it's completely free. You don't even need to be my affiliate. Click the link in the description below and you can get this course right now. But if you do become my affiliate, then you're going to get this course. This is the white labeled onboarding tutorials. So you're going to get access to all of these different videos right here, completely white labeled. And all you have to do is show these to your clients and they will learn all the different features that your SaaS has to offer. I can't even explain in words how much this is going to help you guys and how many people it's already helped. I would also like to point out the new AI employee section, which is brand new. No one has seen this. I just added this in yesterday. Super cool. 3 new videos, completely white labeled, teaching your clients how to train their AI conversation bot, how to go through content AI, how to do AI reviews, automations, and AI funnels. All of it's in here. I'm also creating an entire AI course and AI database with 2 other partners. So if you're into AI or want to catch the AI wave, I highly recommend signing up with my affiliate link because you're going to get all this stuff for free. And if you're not my affiliate and you signed up with someone else and you still want access to all the AI training, then check this out. You can actually become my affiliate for the AI employee. Just click on settings, go to AI employee, click on manage your offer. And then if you put in the code DOM Baptist, DOMBAPTIST, and submit the code, then you will now be an affiliate of mine for the AI employee, which I am very, very grateful for. I will send you everything you could ever want. All you have to do is show me proof that you use my code and I'll send it your way. That includes all the white label content, all the courses that I've already created, which include my Business 101 course and my affiliate leader course. You guys can have it all. I'm giving everything to my affiliates. I'm feeling generous. I'm also really hands-on with my affiliates, so just send me a message, shoot me a DM or an email, reach out to me in any way you can, and I will respond personally. I have an extremely high success rate with my students. Because I'm hands-on, because I help them, the percentage of my affiliates that go on to do very well and Go High Level is very high, and I'm going to keep it that way. But anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get into the video and let's talk about this client. A lot of you wonder how you get clients or what you're supposed to do when you get a client. How do you build a website? What do you charge for the website? Well, I can give you all the answers for this exact client that I'm working on right now. So this client actually came to me. It was a referral from someone else. For anyone watching that already knows, I do have a land clearing and excavation business, and we have a client that we do a lot of work for. He has thousands of acres of farmland and he's friends with a lot of other farmers and a lot of hunters. And one of his hunting friends needed a website for a turkey competition. Yes, a turkey hunting competition. That might seem kind of random. It's not really a niche that people go after, but that's what he does. And he wanted a website. So of course he sent them my way. I took the call and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I like making connections, and I'll be honest, I didn't even charge him up front. Now, do I think that's a smart decision for a lot of you watching? No. If you're brand new and you need upfront capital, definitely charge in the range of $500 to $1,000 for a site. The only reason I didn't charge is because I know he has a lot of connections, and of course I'm going to charge him for the software itself. So he will be paying a monthly price to keep the site running and the forums running, and I even got him approved for A2P so he can text message, and he's interested in the AI section so we can talk about that too. But anyway, I just wanted to be transparent about that. I did not charge him because of the connections, and I've actually done that quite often with a lot of different people, and those people always help me out in return. All right guys, let's get into it. So here is the start of the website. As you can see, I've done a few things to it already, and if we scroll all the way down, it is not perfect by any means. It might even be a little confusing to you guys, and there is a lot to change, fix, adapt, and that's why I'm making this video. But the most important part is that the client sent me everything they wanted in the site. That is step number 1. Make sure your client sends you a list of everything that they want, and my client Jeff, as you can see right here to the left, he sent me everything that he wanted inside of the site, starting with the amount of pages that he wanted on the site, and he wanted every single page to be listed at the top. So we have the home page, the challenge page, articles, contact, about, super slam info, FAQs, and gear. These are the 8 different sections that he wanted on his site. And if we click on home right up here in the top middle, then you can see all the different pages right here, and I've already created all of them. All I did was copy and paste the home page 8 different times, and then I just changed the name. Now I'm going to go through each section and change it according to what he wants. But one thing that's really important when creating a website, in my opinion, is to not make it perfect. Over time, it's going to get perfect. You're going to change things, adapt things, change dimensions, the font, whatever it may be. But you can't do that until you have something to structure it off of, which is by far the hardest part. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm taking this site and I'm separating it into sections, and then I want those sections to look good, even if it's not the exact words or the exact photos or videos that need to be in there. I just want the structure to be done. So as I'm scrolling, the third section isn't centered, it doesn't look very good, and I'm not a fan of it. You'll also notice that this section is a global section. I don't want it to be a global section. If you don't know what a global section is on a website, it means that when you change it on one page, it changes on every single page of the site, which I don't want to do. So I am going to get rid of this section, but before I do that, I want to copy it. So let's click on the plus element. Let's click on sections at the top left, grab full width, drag it, and put it right here. Now we're going to click plus add row, add a column, and instead of adding an element, we're just going to drag all of these down. So let's do it. All right, now that I've moved everything down here, I do like this little dark background. So I'm going to find out the exact color scheme that it is. What you can see over here is this light gray area. So I'm going to copy and paste that code into the background of this one, or I can just click it. It's right here. That's also an easy way to do it. So now that I've copied this section and put it down here, I can get rid of this annoying global section that is just going to make everything so much easier. So let's delete everything, and there we go. You'll also notice that everything's more centered now. And if I wanted to center this right here in the middle, I could do that. But personally, I don't think it would look that good. And these are all things that I can edit later on. Once again, we're just trying to get the structure of it down. So I do want to add another section above this one because I don't like the transition of the main photo going right into these words. I think there should be something else here like a video. So I'm going to click on plus, full width. Then I'm going to move this one up here. I'm going to add 2 columns, and the first element is going to be a video, and then the second element is going to be some type of words. So let's do a headline, and we're going to click plus again. Let's do a subheadline, plus one more time, and do a paragraph. And I'll put in all the words later based off what the client wants. But for right now, let's get that structure down. The client has also sent me a bunch of photos and videos. So once I click on the video here, I'm going to go over to video type. I'm going to do a hosted video since I have it on file. Click on select videos. I'm going to add the video, and there we go. Now the video is in here. I can select a thumbnail if I want to do that. Once again, we'll do that later. I'm just trying to get the structure down to make sure this looks good. I think that is a great transition from the home page main photo to a nice little video that goes underneath that, maybe some words that describe the video. Then it comes down to the 5 different divisions of turkeys that they're going after. We've got the basic rules and info. I'm not going to put the payout on the home page, so we will be getting rid of this. And I'm also going to get rid of the rules and info. I don't think that needs to be on here either. So let's get rid of the entire thing. Obviously, I don't like the background matching this. So I'm going to click on the section and I'm going to change the background. Perfect. I'm going to get rid of this section entirely. And there we go. Then I can add something else over here, or I can switch these sides so it looks like this section, but reversed. I just think that has a nicer feel to it. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to switch all these manually over here and then this one over here. And there you go. I think that does look a lot better. We've got services at the bottom. We actually don't need this. So I'm going to get rid of that section entirely. And then we've got this section here. I do like this section. The photo is not going to work here because it's too long, so I won't be using that, but I will keep the frequently asked questions at the end. But if you notice, this is another global section. I don't want it to be a global section. So I'm going to have to do that copy and paste thing again, where I have to add a brand new section, click on full width, and then drag all of these down into this section. So let's do that real quick. We're going to grab this section right here and we're going to drag it down. And there we go. I've now moved everything down and I can comfortably get rid of the global section. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of this photo. I think it's a little bit long. I might end up taking this photo into Canva and then change the dimensions so that it fits better in this section. But once again, these are things that I deal with in post. So now we're going to scroll down to testimonials. I actually don't need this section at all. So we're going to delete it again. And that leads us to our footer section. I don't want this bright blue, but I also want to keep the More Turkeys logo black. So I'm going to try to test out a few different colors to see what works best. That's not too bad. I just might have to change all the links here to a darker color, probably black, just like the More Turkeys logo. Or I could do this one, which is the same color we have over here. So it's the background of all these different sections. I kind of like that. It's subtle. I like the more modern color scheme. So yeah, let's just do that. And then of course, we're going to change all of these to black. And I'm seeing right here, it's not letting me change these to black. I think it's making me keep the social icons at white, but I can click on icon and text, and then you can see the black text underneath. Let me move on to these texts over here. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to go to color. We're going to change it to black, and then we're going to do that for every single one. And there we go. That looks a lot better. And one thing I do want to change is testimonials here, because we don't have any testimonials. For testimonials here, I'm going to put super slam info, which if you remember from earlier is one of these sections that the client wanted. So we're going to end up taking this and linking it to that section later. We've got FAQs, which is good. Blog, we're going to change to articles. For home title, we're going to change that to home. For about us, we're going to change that to about. And then for services, we're going to change that to the challenge. So these should all reflect these up here. We are missing the gear section, but that's fine. We can worry about that later too. I just don't think it fits perfectly with these three. And the client doesn't have the gear available yet, so we're not even going to do that page. And then at the bottom of the footer, we've got privacy policy, terms and conditions, FAQ, and the copyright for the year. These are all things that I'm going to link to the privacy policy and make sure everything's set up correctly. But for now, I'm going to click save at the top right, save that. And of course, that's going to bring over our SEO metadata, which I have already done. I put this photo in for the SEO preview preview. If you guys don't know what SEO metadata is, it's basically whenever someone sends you a link to a website and then a photo comes up attached to that link, that's what this photo is. So if you click on social image, you can change the image here. And if you click on content, you can change the title of the link and the description of the link too. Then you can update the SEO metadata. And for right now, we've got the structure of what we want set up done. We don't need a lot for this homepage. There's not really many things that we need to add on here. Obviously, we're going to make sure all the words fit perfectly, and we're going to put in exactly what Jeff wants us to put in. And then we're going to make sure the videos are all good, change the wording over here, and then add in the FAQs, which Jeff has sent me through email. But other than that, I think the structure is pretty decent. It's just the homepage. Most people aren't going to be on the homepage for very long. And since we're happy with it, let's go check how it looks on the mobile phone. So right out the gate, we have this section right here for some reason. Let's find out what's going on with this section. I'm going to click over on advanced, and you'll notice over in visibility, there's a reason this section is only on mobile and not over here on desktop. See, it's not here. We don't see a random green section. It's because on visibility, we have desktop clicked off. So for that reason, I'm just going to get rid of it entirely. Now looking at the mobile view, I don't love that there's no words above the video. I would rather put these words right above the video section, but I don't want to do that for desktop. So there's actually a really cool method. We're going to take the entire section and we're going to duplicate it. Then we're going to take the original section right here. We're going to click on advanced and we're going to click off for phone. Now we only have one section. Then we're going to take this section, click advanced, and we're going to click off for desktop. So now I can change anything over here and it won't change over here. Let me show you. So let's go back to mobile view. Let's take the headline and put it right above here, which I think looks way better. And then we're going to take the dimensions by clicking on the big green section, coming up here to 20 pixels, going down to 0, and that looks way better. I'm going to do that again down here from 10 pixels down to 0. And then of course we can just put whatever we want in the headline. We're going to do that later, but I think this just looks more clean when scrolling through your phone. I also don't love how this is set up right here. I wish there was more white space in between this section and this section. So let me find out what went wrong there. So we're going to go back to desktop mode and we should have this Meet Jeff section. So let me click on Meet Jeff, go to advanced, and here it is. The visibility is not on for mobile. So let's click it on for mobile, go back over to mobile, and there we go. This looks way better. I'm going to move the view success stories over to the left, and we might end up getting rid of this entirely. It just depends on what I put right here, but this looks way better than what we had before. And I think I might get rid of this section entirely too. Let me go look at the desktop again. Yep, we do not have it over here on desktop. So we're going to go back to mobile, find out why, click on advanced, and there it is. It's only on phone. It's not on desktop. So these are things that I did previously that I'm now going back and fixing, but I don't want you guys to get confused when watching this. It's not like you're going to constantly have to go into the advanced and look for the visibility, because for every template and every time you build a website, visibility will be on for both. It's only when you want to do that little trick that I just did earlier that you're going to turn off the visibility for one or the other. So for this scenario, it's just me going back and fixing a lot of my mistakes. And I just wanted to film a video so you guys could see that, yes, I make mistakes too, including this section. So let's get rid of it. And there we go. Okay, so we have another video right here that doesn't need to be in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to advanced. Right here again, we've got another video that's only connected to the mobile and not the desktop. We're going to get rid of that and we're going to keep it looking like this, and everything else should be perfect. Yep, all of these links are good. Everything changed. Not a huge fan of the margins right here, so I'm going to change 60 pixels and bring it down. Let's go to about 10. That looks good. Click save. Everything else looks pretty good here. I might change these margins, make it a little bit closer because this is a really big and long section, but we got to remember if we change it in here, it's going to change over in the desktop too. So ultimately what I'm probably going to do at the end is duplicate this section as well so that I can change the margins for mobile to make it look way better. But for right now, we're going to click on save, and all we care about for this video is the structure. Let's make sure the structure looks good. And in my opinion, I do like this structure. I think it's a cool website. I think it answers all the questions that it needs to answer. Obviously, I need to add a button here because I want the people to go to the website to be able to click on the form, which of course is in the pop-up settings. This is the pop-up. I've already done this part off camera, but every single website that I create has a pop-up, and that leads to a form, which leads to an automatic text message. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you already know this. So I'm just going to have to create a button that leads them there. Obviously, I can use this button, but that's way too far down. I'll probably put it right below here. I might even put the button where the headline is instead of having a headline. You know what? Let me see what that looks like. Okay, to add the button, we're going to click plus right here. We're going to scroll down to button, put in the button below here, click on click here to sign up, click on the button, click on background color. Let's do the red. And I'm going to go back over into desktop to find out exactly what I did. And honestly, there's an easier way to do this. I'm just going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to take the duplicated button. I'm going to bring it down here like this. Click on advanced, turn it on for mobile, go back to mobile, get rid of this and find out where it went. So this is supposed to be on here, but it's not. And I just found out why. I don't have the visibility on for desktop for this section because we did that in the beginning. Once again, even I make mistakes. I'm going to keep this mistake in the video because I was just so confused right now, but I figured it out. So the reason this isn't in here because this section doesn't exist on mobile. But if I bring it down to here, let's go check it out. There it is. So now we have the button. button. We can bring the button back up, and there we go. Work smarter, not harder, guys. Let's get rid of that. Button is freaking huge. We don't want it this big. So we're going to go to font text right here. We're going to go down a little bit, down to 15. That's a little bit better. And then we're going to take this button and let's center it. It's not bad. Let's change this 15 pixel right here. Scroll down. Looks a little better. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I like the button a little bit bigger. Let's go back to 20. That's not bad. So we can have a register here button right there. If I think that looks a little cheap, I might add a divider. So I can scroll all the way down here to divider, which is right here. Add that in. Let's change the divider to 50% over here to the right. So sometimes adding a divider like that can make things pop a little bit better or separate sections from each other. So let's go over here and push this one up. We're going to push the video up. So from 10 pixels down to 0. There we go. And yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. I might change the dimensions of the divider, make it bigger or smaller and see how that looks. But ultimately, I'm kind of happy with this homepage. I like the structure of it. All I have to do is change the words. And then I might change the coloring. I don't like the green. We'll probably go with the red to match everything. And then once that's done, the homepage is done. We can click on save. We can click on home over here. And let's go to the next page, which is the More Turkey Challenge page. Now this one should have a completely different vibe with new photos, but it should still have the 5 different divisions section and the basic info and rules section. It should also have the payouts. Everything in here looks perfectly fine. I can actually get rid of this entire section down here. We don't need it. And it's all looking really good. Let's go over to the mobile view and make sure it also looks good. So far it does, but one second, let me scroll up. Yep, everything looks great except for this. I'm not sure why this is here because this should be up here. So I'm going to delete this section, then move this section to the top. Okay, that makes way more sense. Let's save that. Let's go over to desktop and find out if it changed anything over here. It did not. Everything still looks good. Everything looks good here too. I might change the dimensions a little bit. 20 pixels is too high for me. So let's go down to 10. I like that a lot better. Let's do the same thing down here from 20 to 10 again. A lot of times you're just going to be changing dimensions, trying to make everything flow, look better. Websites aren't meant to look amazing. They're meant to inform people or get someone to do something. And that's all we care about. That's why we have buttons. That's why we have photos. That's why we have videos. So let's save it again at the top right. Let's find out what we're going to do for the call to action. We're supposed to have a call to action way down here. So once again, let's go over to the desktop and find out if we have one here. We do. And the reason we have it over here in desktop is because if we go to advanced, it's not over here in mobile. So we're going to do that trick again where we duplicate the button and then drag the button to a section we know exists on the mobile. Go back to mobile. We're going to make sure the visibility is on for mobile right here with the button itself. Then we're going to go back to mobile and there it is. So let's take this and scroll all the way up. The first spot I'm going to put it is right here at the end in case someone is reading out the payouts of the Grand Slam division and they've gone through every single rule. But then I'm going to duplicate it again and we're going to put it way at the top. And I think I'm going to do the same style I did previously where I add a section. So let's add a section right here under sections, full width, add a row, one column, add an element. There's our element right here. It's this button. We're going to drag it, drop it, change the dimensions. We're going to change it for all of these different sections to get this button as high as possible. And then we're going to change the dimensions down at the bottom and we're going to change it on the blue section. There we go. I don't mind that. I think the button's a little too big. Let's go down to about 20 again. All right, there we go. Let's go over to desktop and clearly we do not want it sitting right here. This looks terrible. So we're going to go back to advanced and turn it off for desktop. Boom, it's gone. But let's turn off the entire section too. So this entire green section needs turned off. Desktop done. Go back into mobile and there we go. And if we want, we can add that divider again. So let's add that divider right here. Go to 100%. Let's try 75%. That looks pretty good. Then we're going to come down here to the blue section, turn 15 into 0, bring that a little closer together and save it again. And there we go. I think it looks pretty good. Once again, we are going to change all this stuff later. Any of the color schemes or the words, maybe how all of it's positioned. But for right now, we're just trying to get the structure of the website down so that we can easily go in and edit everything in post. I promise you, this is the best way to build websites with GoHighLevel because it can get a little confusing. All these different sections you're adding and trying to make each section perfect. It's just such a waste of time. Build the structure. I don't care how ugly it is. I don't care if it looks terrible. It is so much easier to fix a website when you have something to work off of. So let's click save. And one more section I want to take you guys to is the articles section where my client wants to put in their own articles and possibly like a blog style. So I need to delete this global section right here and it's not letting me delete it. Maybe it's just a glitch, but if this happens to you, there's an easy way to fix it. We're going to click on layers, the about us page, and there it is. It's under about. Let's click these 3 little dots and let's delete it. There we go. Now it's gone. We're also going to get rid of this section too. So let's get rid of all these and let's get rid of this one. And this page is going to be very, very easy to edit because all we have to do is add a blog section for his articles. So let's click on plus, full width. Notice how this overlaps right here. We don't want that. So let's click on the home page and it says minus 50x. We're going to take that into 0 and there we go. No backdrop anymore. We're going to click on add row, add column, plus element, and we're going to find blog posts, put it right here. And this is where we can put in the blog posts. So once he has his articles ready to go, he can put it over in the blog section of GoHighLevel and they will automatically update right here. And that's all he wants. Obviously, we're going to add another element, scroll back up, put that right here at the top, and we're going to say check out our articles. He can change all the words if he wants. We're going to get on a call tomorrow and go through everything. But for right now, this is all we need. Then at the bottom, I can actually get rid of this section entirely. And there you go. Now let's go over to mobile. Make sure it looks good here. I'm going to go over to compact and see what that looks like. I think it looks a little bit better, but I might have to get rid of these photos. But if that doesn't work and it makes the photos look terrible, then I will get rid of this entirely and I will find a new way to connect blogs so that it looks good on the mobile view. We also do not need this photo down here under articles. So let's get rid of it. And then we can get rid of this one too. Click save again. And I just realized we do not have a top section. We obviously need that. So let's click plus again, add a full width right here at the top. And let's see what it looks like if we put in the media URL. Let's try this one right here. We're going to change image option from full center parallax to full center. Whenever it looks like this, there's a couple tricks you can do. So we're going to click on add row. We're going to add the column, add the element. Let's do a headline. We're going to get rid of the words and we're just going to click enter. And there you go. That's how you can make a photo fit without having to change the dimension. And that's all we are going to need for the article section. We can click save. But remember, we changed it on mobile, so it's probably going to change over here on desktop. And it didn't. So let me go back to mobile and find out why. Click on advanced. I'm actually not sure why because it should have, but we're going to click off visibility for desktop just in case, because that definitely should have shown up right here. It must be behind one of these sections, but it actually doesn't matter now because we changed the visibility. Let's move this up again from 20 pixels down to, let's just go down to 0. Click save. We're going to go back up here to the pages. I'm going to go to FAQs, and we do not want this section here for FAQs. We will be changing this photo, and we don't have the navigation bar at the top, which we need. So I can click plus right here. I can go to global sections, and I believe it's under header, and it is. And there you go. That's how you get a saved section anywhere you want on a website. Now we just need to take this, put it above this one, and there it goes. Now let's go over to mobile. We're going to get rid of this section up here. And this is the photo that he wants for the FAQ. So let's make it a little bit bigger, and let's do the same exact photo over here on desktop. So we're actually going to get rid of this entire section. Click on plus, full width. We're going to drag and drop right here. Once we have this in here, we can click on image URL, go find that photo. There it is. And let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to add the headline again and then make the dimensions way bigger. And we also need to change this from full center parallax to full center. And this photo here is not looking like it's going to work on desktop unless I go back into Canva and change the dimensions. Obviously, this one works better for mobile than this one. So we're going to take that section, go to advanced, click off for mobile. There we go. But it's too long for it to work on desktop. So what I'll have to do is cut it here and cut it here right below his hand. And then that should fit a lot better in this section. So that's what I'm going to do over in Canva. And I'll do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch. But that's how I'm going to fix this section here when I need to go fix that. So let's click save. And then the last section I'm going to do on this video is contact, which I had strict instructions only to put his email on the contact information. So let's get rid of this section again. We don't need that. And we have contact Jeff. And then of course I put his little email here. And then what I did with the email is I linked it by clicking the link and I wrote down mail to : and then I put his email. So if you guys didn't know that, that's how you link an email to a text. So now when someone's scrolling through this website and they click on this email, it'll actually take them to their email so that they can email him. I also have to delete all of this down here. So let me go do that real quick. And there we go. This is all he wants. I'll change the dimensions here, maybe make it look a little bit better. But for right now, that's all he wants on the contact page. So I'll save it. I'm going to go over to desktop and we have to do the same thing where we got to get rid of this section. Click on plus, add the full width, go to advanced, click off for mobile, go back to mobile, and I want to grab this photo right here. So let's take it, copy it, go back to desktop and put the photo in. Change that from full center parallax to full center, add a column, add an element. We would ultimately make this much larger, and I will change the dimensions to make sure that it fits better. For the desktop, I have to go do that again in Canva. You guys will probably be doing this quite often. If a photo looks really good on mobile like this, it's probably not going to look great on desktop. So you will have to take it into Canva or any other editing software and change the dimensions of the photo so that it fits really well. Or you're just going to have to use a different photo, which happens all the time. We're also going to get rid of this section down here. And there we go. Click save. We're going to click publish, and then we're going to preview it. All right, now we previewed it. Let's click on the home button. And I notice nothing's happening. So this is why we always test. So let's go find out why. So now we're back in the editing page. I'm going to click on the home section, which is right up here to the top right. Click on these three little dots, and there we go. Instead of go to website URL, we want it to go to page, and we want it to go to page home. Now click submit, publish it at the top right, save it. Now let's go find out if we need to do this for every single section. So let's go to the challenge. Nope, that one works great. Article, that's great. Every single other one is perfect. So let's go test it out. All right, guys, we're back at the site. Let's click on home. We've got the video right there. Everything seems to be looking good. We've got another video. We're going to change that one so it's not the same video twice, but everything seems to be flowing pretty well. We're obviously going to make sure these are clickable links. And if you see down here, I put a chat widget in here, which works because of course all my clients get A2P approved immediately. So the text messaging is going to work perfectly. And let's click on the challenge. I notice it cuts off a little bit of their heads at the top. So I will be changing these. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and it takes way too long to find these buttons. And there's 2 buttons. So of course I need to go fix that. Once again, this is why we test. Once you click on the button, it takes you to the challenge form. That's perfect. But why are they both down here? So let's go back. Gonna go to the more turkey challenge after we save, of course, and click on more turkey challenge. See, the dimensions look better on here. So we will have to figure out what to do to change it. Maybe take it into Canva again, but let's scroll down for right now. And we do not want 2 buttons here. So let's get rid of one of the buttons. I'm also gonna duplicate the button and drag it all the way to the top. And I'm gonna align it to the left. I think it looks a little better like that. I might put a headline here or something to make it look a little bit better, and then go check on the website itself. Let's click refresh, and there we go. Now we only have one button. If we scroll to the top, we've got another button right here. Not a huge fan of the placement, so there's a couple different things I could do. I could make the photo smaller so that instead of it going from side to side, it kind of stops right here. These are all different tactics that you can do to make the website look a little bit smaller, which in my opinion is going to make it look a little bit better. But it also doesn't help that I use a giant computer screen. Most people are on their phones. They're just going to be seeing this on their phone view, which of course is going to look way better. I would say 95% of people that are going to be looking at this website are going to be on the phone. So I'm not going to spend so much time worrying about how amazing it looks on the desktop when I know everyone's going to be looking on their phones, which is another really important thing to think about when you're building websites. Make sure the phone view looks amazing, which as you can see is going to look like this. I think this phone view is way better than the desktop view, and I'm pretty happy with how the structure of it turned out. I'm going to go back in and look at color schemes, maybe the dimensions, maybe raise this up a little bit, just little things like that, but it's what my client wants. If he wants it to look like this, then that's how it's going to look. I can give him pointers, I can tell him what I think looks best, but the client is the one paying you, so if they ask you for something, make sure it's in there. And if they like a certain color scheme or they like a certain button, then that's exactly what you need to do, even if maybe you don't think it looks that great. But so far, I don't have a problem with this site. I think it's going to get the job done. I just want to make sure it's easy to maneuver through, it's easy for people to find the buttons, and it's easy for people to fill out the forms. That's all I really care about, and then we can publish that and we're good to go. So like I said, is the site done? Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I still have to go through, change a bunch of the words, change some of the color schemes, change some of the links, but hopefully I can knock that down in an hour or two, and I'm going to do that on a call with him. And then once I've done that, I'm good to go. And there it is. That's how I build websites for my clients live right here on my channel. Probably not my most exciting video I've ever done. It was a lot of trial and error and just a lot of the same repetitive nature over and over again, but that's how building a website is, especially with GoHighLevel. Consistency is key, making sure everything is aligned perfectly, making sure the dimensions are right. These aren't necessarily fun things, but they're things that business owners need. They need websites, and there's no reason that anyone watching this can't do exactly what I just did. So I hope you guys take that into consideration and you can start building your websites just like this. Make sure the structure is sound and then go back in and fix it later. But with all that being said, if you guys haven't chosen an affiliate yet, I promise I'm a pretty good one. And if you do sign up with me as your affiliate, you get a 30-day free trial link. So you're going to get GoHighLevel for free for 30 days. You're going to get all my courses. They're all going to get sent to you through text or email, and you're going to get in touch with me personally. So just reach out if you haven't, and make sure you get all those courses. Also, with all the new AI features, if you guys use my affiliate code DomBaptist for the AI, then I'm going to give you all my courses too, including my brand new AI course. And I really want to start teaching AI agencies because I think it's the next big thing. But anyway, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.